Hello and welcome. My name's Sam and this is the Little Greenhouse Creates. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for joining me for our final card in this really cute stamp set of the week, Sweet Peas. I will be sad to see this one go. I've had great fun with it and I'm really enjoying it. I apologise if we're a little bit dark today. When I started recording it was brilliant sunshine and now we have torrential rain. What is going on? Can't believe this weather. It's awful. Anyway, rain for me is the perfect time to go into the office and to craft. So today's card is this one. It is number 12 on the page 22 of the annual catalogue. It's this one down here. Can't believe we're almost halfway through. Well, we are halfway through. There we go, number 12 with all the circles. So let's bring in the supplies and we will create a card. So I have got, let's have a look at that size for a second. So this is Pretty Peacock. It measures 8 by 5 3/4. It is scored at the 4-inch mark and we will fold and burnish. There we go. Now, ideal for a designer series paper scrap box. So I got this one out of my scrap box just to make use of it. So it measures 3.5 by 5 3/4. So it touches at the top and the bottom, but there's a little border left and right. I have a inside piece of card which measures 3.5 by 5 1/4. I have already stamped my little peas on here and coloured them in, so that will be for my inside layer. I have put my teeth back in. I have a piece of Pretty Peacock which I need to cut or punch a 2 3/8 circle from. I have a layering white piece which is 2 1/4, so that will go over the top. And then I have 3 circles, 1 white and 2 in old olive. These all the same size. They are the 3rd circle in the deckled circling dies. So that's the 3rd circle from the middle. So it's 1, 2, 3. So it's that one. So that is all I really need. So the first thing we need to do is to do a bit of stamping and a bit of colouring. Let's put those aside. So the biggest circle, I'm going to put my very happy peas and stamp those up in Early Espresso. I'm going to pop that on my circle like so. I am then going to add some confetti. All my other cards this week have had confetti, so I don't see why these ones shouldn't. There we go. And then I'm going to stamp my sentiment on this one, which I'm going to use the happy birthday onto. Let's pop that down in the middle like so. There we go. So we just need to colour in our little peas. Pop you aside. So the colours I'm using today, I'm using the Pretty Peacock. That's going to be the outside of the pea pod. I'm using the light rather than the dark. Not worrying about shading, just going to colour it straight in. And there's that silence when everybody concentrates. And as I said on Wednesday, doesn't make very good videoing. So I'm going to try and talk and colour at the same time. I always say I can do 2 things at once, but apparently colouring in doesn't seem to be one of them. Does anybody else have that problem? When we do coffee and cards on a Thursday, if we've got any colouring then, it always goes quiet in the coffee shop. There we are. So as I say, this is Pretty Peacock. I've used almost every single green in the blend pens this week. Thankfully. Actually no, I didn't use Shy Shamrock or the Summer Splash. I think they're the only 2 greens I didn't use, but I have used everything else. Okay, so I have got Dark Poppy Parade, so I'm going to colour in my confetti with that. There we go. And then I'm going to try and colour in my peas in a little bit of different coloured green. And I'm going to colour the stalk in red as well. When I was a little girl, my grandmother used to buy popping peas. They all used to come in their little pods like this, and we'd sit in the garden in the summer and we'd pop them. And then it always amazed me, you used to pop so many but didn't give loads. But does anybody else do that? There's one little pea, and there's my other little pea. He's a naughty cheeky pea. He's poking his tongue out, so I'm going to give him a little bit of a red tongue. There we go. And then I've got the lemon lime twist for this little happy chappy up here, who I'm not sure if the pea underneath is winking or is being squashed by the big pea above him. So I'm going to colour him in the granny apple green. There we go. So not a lot of colouring, but it is all there. There we go. So that is our focal point. We're now going to mount that onto, or layer that onto, our pretty peacock circle. Use my glue, multi-purpose glue, and then just layer that onto the circle. Alright. Before I can stick that down, I need to attach the designer series paper. I'm going to use the stamp and seal for this. There we go. As I said, if you've got a piece of, designer series paper that you really fancy, any greenish colour, or like one I've just done earlier on, which was the stripes, work really well. I'm just layering that. There we go. So we've got the margin either side, and now we can work out where our little pea in his pod's going to go. So that goes there, that can go onto there, and then we've got our two old olive greens as well. So hopefully the peacock is picking up the darker shades on the leaves here, and then the old olive will pick up the greens from here. I'm going to go one down there and one in there. I think that works quite well. Right, okay, so the picture and the sentiment I'm going to put up on dimensionals. Let me just grab those. Okay, here they are. Right, so I'm going to pop one in the middle of that one, and then I'm going to pop two in the middle. I'm going to leave the outside so that I can poke these two in when I'm ready. Okay, so that's going to go, and that's going to go. Right, let's take those out so we can take the backing off of these. He's going to go about there. Then I'm going to do the same with my sentiment. He will come there, and then we can now just send those ones into place like so. Right, I'm just going to add a bit of glue on the back of those. It's funny, it's absolutely pouring down with rain outside, but the people to the right of us, the neighbours, they've got the builders in, and those poor guys, they're still out there working away in this rain. I wonder if they ever stop. I suppose during the summer is their best season, really, isn't it? Okay, so if you can hear the banging, that's what it is. It's the neighbours with their workmen. Right, so that is our card. I'm just going to add a tiny bit of bling, as I did with the other one. So let's see what we've got. Bring that out, and my pointy tool. So I'm going to use the greens. So we've got one up there. Do I use the small? Let's use the large. That can probably go there. And then I've got another one to use down here. And then all I need to do is pop in our middle piece. So I'll use my stamp and seal for that. And that will go in the middle, like so. Brilliant. So I really like that. I hope you do too. And there's the first version and the second version. So thank you ever so much for joining me this week. I hope you like the cards and the stamp set. We are back again on Monday with our next one, so do join me if you are free. Whatever you do for the rest of the weekend, have a lovely time. Stay safe. Happy crafting. Take care.